The word culture is used in many different ways. It is so important to spell out the meaning in the present context, of course. In its most basic sense, culture may be understood as the human production of meaning and value. And when I hear the word value, I reach for my wallet. That was meant to be a joke. Beyond this generic sense, we may speak of particular cultures as groups, as group codes of meaning and value. Ethno-cultural groups, you remember that might be related to the concept about before, ethnocentrism. Well, perhaps here again, we might turn our attention once again to Chapter 1. We characterize shared codes associated with common origins. Common origins, common places, bloodlines, etc. Individual members of ethno-cultural groups do not always agree on every particular point, but they can at least disagree in mutually intelligible ways. In other words, they have ways of fighting each other that are recognized within the group. Now, you need to understand they share this fundamental communication with each other with the same cultural codes. The same fundamental cultural code of the basic fundamental code is that of language. Language which embodies the poetry that we read, talking about, reading, discussing. Now, we should pay close attention here. The ability, or correspondingly inability, to speak French, Portuguese, Arabic, or Turkish gives access to or excludes a person. The sword cuts both ways. From a wealth of communicative acts, that seems to be a rather ponderous sentence, doesn't it? Doesn't it, class? Any comments from any of you? Anything to say? Anything to add? You know, this is a valuable experience, very important lessons we're learning. Just as it is impossible to wholly distinguish culture and economics. Again, when I hear the word value, I reach for my wallet. So there are significant overlaps between culture and politics, something some people call people tricks. Oh, no joke, man. While some cultural practices are purely a private matter, you're sure, we human beings, we all go to the bathroom, but we go to the bathroom in different ways, different times, different places, as you have discovered in your short time here in France. Continuing. And I'm not subject to state regulation. That's a good thing. Others are formally codified into law. Law, of course, is a form of social regulation, but not the only form of social regulation. A form of regulation that may include things such as speed limits, laws governing marriage and property, and like that. While some cultural practices, yes, are formal and others are private. Some of these touch on extremely intimate matters of personal life. Again, like I said, sexuality, family relations, and the like. Others concern potent symbols of national identity, language, in some cases even religion. Okay, that's enough for today. Read pages 287 to 323 and pulp to the beginning of next class. Eric, please remain seated. Isn't this lecture amazing? I love this class. Don't you? Dr. Shab is a wonderful teacher.
I wish he was teaching more classes.